The tug of war between farmers, supermarkets and consumers has always been a difficult battle. On the one hand, you've got farms and businesses who are facing unprecedented operational costs. Partly to blame is Russia's invasion of Ukraine. And then on the other hand, supermarkets are constrained by how much cost they can actually pass on to their customers, leading many to argue that farmers aren't getting a fair deal on goods such as your meat and veg. Walking through his strawberry fields, Matt's concern for the future of his farm feels like a broken record. So how much are costs actually going up for you?
Well, I'll give you an example, electric. So, 2 years ago, electric was 15p a unit, 15.15. Now it's 77. We want cheap food for people because we don't want that to become a necessity that they can't afford. Well, the only way you can do that is give some support to the producers. Everyone's costs have gone up sort of, 30, 40% minimum. So, yeah, it's tough.
Pressure from farmers has been a political hot potato, but the government have been keen to cleanse the palate at a summit today. On the menu, addressing food insecurity in Britain.
The government is supporting people on the lowest income with the Household Support Fund. Payments have been going out to people in order to help with that particular cost of living challenge. But more broadly, of course, we're seeing changes to energy costs, seeing them start to come down. That's critical for the food industry as well.
Tracy used to be a regular at this farm shop, but rising prices mean she's keeping a close eye on the menu.
Bread and butter and milk, it's just sky high. No wonder there's all these food banks around. Even people that are working full time are having to use them. And I think the government needs to look at this.
It's not just spending habits changing, the climate is changing too. Do you think people realise the process, how long the process takes to get things like strawberries to supermarket shelves?
Well, I do think that's one of the problems, and we're probably all guilty of that, even if those are in it, because you go to the supermarket to buy a potato and you think, oh, that's expensive. But then we'll often forget that there was a drought the year before when it was actually grown, and that's why they're expensive.
Experts say this past year has been a reminder of how vulnerable the nation's food security is. Many will hope that this summit delivers action, not empty words or stomachs. Well, Downing Street will be hopeful that their Farm to Fork summit today will spark a conversation around supply chains and being resilient against what was, let's be honest, a very difficult winter. There is a hope that this will put confidence back into the food industry, but have no doubt that rising prices, a war in Ukraine and disruption with Britain's nearest neighbours will leave a sour taste for many farmers, businesses and consumers, all hoping for prices to come down.
Thank you very much for that, Bradley. Speak to you later on.